that knowledge on you.
I could not make this shit up.
With Kev Nash.
Oh, Hercules.
And DJ Killa Kev.
Uh-oh. Let me tell you, boys, you can't make that shit up.
The Inside. Real deal, straight up.
Are you crazy?
Hottest stories from the world of hip-hop.
This is Ludacris.
It's the big boss, Rick Ross.
What up? It's your boy, Young Jeezy. This is 50 Cent.
Sports.
Some of those dunks were the most incredible dunks I've ever seen.
And what's popping in the DYT.
I couldn't make this shit up. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. I'm sad that I lack the talent to make this shit up.
Here's Kev Nash and DJ Killa Kev.
Well, welcome to the first You Can't Make This Up podcast. I go by the name of Kev Nash. Got the homie DJ Killa Kev in the building.
Yes, you can't make this shit up. He
Not
said
at
stuff,
all.
I say shit. We gonna keep this all the way real, man. This is gonna be a great moment, man. My boy Kev Nash, DJ Killa Kev, man. We got something big for y'all. It's
Definitely
go time.
taking the gloves off too, man.
Yes.
I really don't get to take the gloves off, man.
No, me neither. You know me, I'm 9 to 5. I'm Kevin during the week, you know how that life can be. So, I got to really play that role during the week.
Right.
Co-workers, they know I do this a little, but they don't really know I do this.
Right.
Like, they don't really know how deep it goes. So I definitely enjoy a moment where I can just,
Take the gloves off. Let people know.
really express me,
Yeah, man. So I had a couple questions for you. All right, man. So what's the difference nowadays between hate and having an opinion?
Yo.
Because there's so many cats out there when you say, hey, man, I don't like your song. You hating, bruh. What's the difference between hate and opinion nowadays?
Yeah, that's real because, as a DJ, I definitely, I've been out the way lately, but I know what that life is like and know how those moments go. And people try to force something on you because you and the three dudes you in the car with really, really rocking to it, you know what I'm saying? Or who you got at the crib is supporting you, and that's cool. But, like, you can't force me to be one of them people. I don't even know you.
Right.
Like, let me check this out. Let me see how it is. So if I tell you, okay, I'm going to check it out, that's kind of my way of saying I'm not playing this tonight. Like, you thought I was about to, but I'm going to listen to it, And then if it goes to, yeah, I'm going to check this out. I might get this in.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I heard that could go with maybe, something that I was mixing in, or I could hear a blend in there that will work. So,
right. I know before me and you was talking about, got the Hot Local Talent Showcase where I work, the radio station, I-1029.
Yeah.
And, I get so many messages about, who's hot, who's not. We'll get into the list stuff later.
Right.
But, somebody hit me on a message, more or less complaining or saying that they the hottest in the city. Everybody says that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is... Opinions are opinions.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying? In the statement, the cat said, I'll pay you to get my interview. I'm just trying to get my music out there. So I replied to the brother with a simple statement is, what makes you think that paying is going to make your music better?
Right.
Wouldn't you want the feeling of, hey, man, somebody reaching out to you to say, hey, man, your stuff is hot. I want to put you on my podcast. I want to show you some love, as opposed to paying for it. Wouldn't that satisfaction of somebody reaching back to show you that instead of paying for it? So, like, if anybody can pay for it, what makes it special? What makes yours any better than anybody else's? Let's
dialogue about it for a second, and whether it just be, oh, he hating.
Right. Yeah. And then that, after that, man, you just hating.
Exactly.
I was like, how am I? And I didn't respond after that. Once the hater bug comes up, I just I fall back, because you know what I'm saying, once somebody's in that mind state, I feel like you can't communicate with them no more. It's like, hey man, I'm gonna get to you. You know what I'm saying? You building a buzz, I'm gonna get to you.
Right. Thank you for the notice. Like, I'm gonna check you out. Like, that's really all you have to say. Like, you ain't. It's not like. Like, no offense to nothing. It's not like Kev Nash owned the place.
Yeah, it's
like,
ain't mine.
Right. Anybody that has a mind that's ever worked a day in their life know it's rules and it's a chain of command. It's whatever. So
it's checks and balances to this
just
shit.
The simple fact that Kev Nash from our only radio station in the city that really playing 90% of the music that we really want to hear. There at least somebody from that establishment reached back to you.
Yeah, man.
Like,
I also had a slight dispute. You know what I'm saying? Dude does a little freestyle thing on his Facebook page. You know what I'm saying? I normally check him out. Listen to it, threw a shot at the station. I'm like, all right, he got that off. That's funny. And then it dawned on me. I was like, hold on. I hit you up to perform at our birthday bash. I was like, so I fell back again, and then no sooner than I probably said a couple days later, tag me on a post. Nah, man, remove my tag, bro. I know it's petty.
Right.
It's petty as hell. It's petty. I get petty. I'm just like everybody else. I get petty too. But yeah, man.
Remember I told you I work at 9 to 5?
Yeah.
It's really 8 to 4. So I'll be up about 6. So that's 6 to 7 when I'm just getting my mind right. It'd be a lot of removed tags. It'd be a lot of, no, I don't want to share this with you. Like I'm a DJ. I get it. You know, I'm not bragging, but my friends is maxed out. I got 5,000 friends. That's the most you can have. They don't let you add no more.
Right.
So of course somebody who might want to push something might want to tag me to that, just in the hopes that 2,000 of them might look up and do the same thing we doing right now. It's looking up, you know, so. But if I remove my tag, it's like I'm hating. It's like, no, I don't know you to push nothing you doing, for one. Right. And I can see where you coming from as far as we're having a little moment right now, but you want me to share something? Right. Remove that. Like
it's crazy, man.
Petty Pete is everywhere.
So I don't even know, man. I don't even know what's hate and what ain't hate nowadays, man. What I deem is truly hate is somebody, you know what I'm saying, if you rocking a show, you know what I'm saying, you performing at a club or whatever, and it's throwing shit at you or something, and just booing you and just like, yo, you whack. Like, me not sharing your stuff is not hate. Right.
You can't force me to immediately be on board with anything you're doing and I don't know you. That's how I look at it. Like, give me a moment to check this out. If I hear something that I like, you know, I have just as much right to turn this motherfucking shit off and just go home.
Right.
Like, I can just leave. Like, I have the right to do whatever I want with my shit and what I got going on. So,
speaking of hate, D'Angelo Russell.
Yo.
Iggy.
Man, law.
Swaggy P.
Sheesh. That's how I listen to a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of radio DJs, and every time they get on this topic, that 2 seconds of silence you just heard between me and Kev Nash happens at every beginning of one of these, because the man code, anybody that's ever done anything remotely man codish in their life know that really you on that.
Bruh. I mean, I don't even know. Like, I was talking to wifey about this. Like, so, and she brought up a good point. She's like, well, is it guy code, or is it just like some sucker shit? Or is it just like you don't do that to your friend? So it don't matter if it's so just say, let's flip it. Let's flip it a little bit. Say it was his homegirl, just a homegirl. Is it bad? Is it worse? Or is it the same? Like, is it, you know, are you snitching? Is he truly snitching if it's a girl? You know what I mean?
If D'Angelo is a girl.
Yeah. Like, if say for instance that D'Angelo Russell is a girl.
Okay. And then the same thing went down. Yeah. They was chilling. She records it.
Yeah.
And then puts it out.
Is it just because it's dude on dude crime? Or if it was a female that put it out, we would look at it different, like, oh, that's what chicks do.
Yeah, I think a portion of that is exactly what you said. I think it's going to be like chicks trying to stick together on some fuck him, you know, like he ain't shit. I got your back, girl. You know, like that's expected from a chick. But when a dude puts it out, like, My one question I really got, like, has D'Angelo and Iggy ever, like, do they have each other's number?
You thinking?
Have they ever talked?
What a lot of people was thinking. Was he trying to shoot his shot?
Yeah, like, is he really trying to show her that he really want her, so he's willing to do this? Like, is it really that messy?
Man.
Or is this dude just really like that? That's my or. Like, I don't have another, like, what else would make another dude do that to somebody? Even if you didn't like the dude, teammates come and go. You might not even really, you might have met him 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, AAU ball for the first time, you know, wherever. You might have met him or anywhere along that train. But for him to just come out and hate on him regardless, like there's no backstory to be like, it ain't like Meek and Drake.
Right.
Like, if this was Meek's shot you would be like, yo, he took it there.
Right.
Like you would at least, it would look like, yo, this is going too far. We could have the conversation about it started with this and now we're here. You know, it could go, at least there's a backlog of what's happened to me, what's happened, you know, the disses back and forth.
Right.
Blah, blah. There's nothing before this with these two. So it's just strictly like, it's strictly just
being like thrust into the spotlight. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you know, obviously D. Russell got a big name in Ohio. He went to Ohio State, balled out.
And that's
had
the
a
other
great
part.
freshman
Like
year,
we all
went second
know
row.
who this guy is
You
from
know what I'm
just
saying? And it's just like, you know, he had a good couple game stretch or whatever when he finally starting, put up like 39 points, ice in my veins, talking trash. Like, we see you, okay?
Right.
Next year, now that when Kobe retired, man, we gonna put the ball in your hands. It's gonna be your show. And then this, dog. This happens. You can't make this shit up. You cannot. Like, you can't make this shit up. Like, people watch reality shows. No, watch what's going on in real life. Because you can't. You mean to tell me?
get it off your chest.
You mean to tell me, dog? You sitting there in the hotel room watching whatever on TV and you recording it. Now, they say, you know what I'm saying, these cats
Did you see the
jokers.
angle though? Like, was he really on some like arm extended all the way out underneath the sheet on some hiding the arm, but the phone is like on the side? You know what I'm saying? Like,
angle,
got the blanket over it, so that way you can't really see. If I'm sitting down and I'm not on the bed with you, all I see is you laying in the bed. I'm not looking at the trail of your arm. You know what I'm saying? We just having a conversation. I'm somewhere else doing something else. But he really was on that kind of angle though. Like he went through a process.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like, okay, I have Snapchat, but I like never use it. So I don't even know.
I do.
Maybe he don't know.
DJ K Music ENT. I use my Snapchat a lot.
I'll let him.
Sorry, I digress.
So like, how does something like that get out there? My biggest thing about it, like, if I got out there, maybe he got an iPhone and it got uploaded to the cloud because he hit the wrong button or something like that. Like, that's like the only possible way, unless he's the one that put it out there.
And then you had to say who hacked your cloud.
Oh yeah, you don't
like you
want to
gotta
say
go
that.
all that.
You don't want to say
Like,
that.
did it? How would they even know that's there? Like, it just happened. Like, the conversation was they were just on the road.
So what do you do if you Nick Young?
Man.
What do you do? What do you do? Like, do you scrap with dude? How do you try to repair things with your girl? That's not even. Let's take that to the next level. That's not just his girl. That's his fiance.
Yeah,
dog.
about to get married. Like, anyone that's married knows there's a check and balance you go through before you get married. They look like they was about done with that check and balance.
Yeah,
like they was just waiting for the date at this point.
Yeah, they was probably gonna do something.
Like,
you know,
couple weeks after the season is,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean,
this
they're
is
not going to the playoffs.
this is 3 to 5, 6, 7 weeks away. You know, like
like calling Killa to come spin at the wedding. You know what
Yo.
I'm saying? Getting somebody to do their thing, and then this. Like, how do you approach your girl? Like, do you come with the ultimate lie? Be like, nah, I was just telling the boy what he wanted to hear. Do I just be like, do you come clean like J. Rue the Damager?
right. To be all the way 100, I've been through that situation.
Oh,
So we gonna keep it all the way real. I'm gonna keep it real with
can't
y'all.
make this shit up.
Hey, we gonna keep it real. I was about to get married. Had a girl on the side that I was kind of messing with off and on. Ran into her. It happened. She literally Facebooked my now wife on some hate. For nothing. Like it was
That ain't an opinion. That's pure hate.
it was a random night that we had, you know, and it wasn't even like, it was well before, because me and my wife got married a little different than most. So it wasn't how I just said the check and balances. We literally was going to go to the courthouse. Told my mom I was going to courthouse on a Friday. I told her that on a Monday. And by that Sunday coming, the church was reserved. My aunt does cakes, everything that you would have at a wedding, 200 guests. I didn't pay for nothing. Everybody brought a dish. You know, it was just one of them family weddings where everybody showed up. Bottom line. So my wedding turned out to be cool. I didn't spend much money at all. But back to what happened. You know, she was hating, and you know, I had to sit down with my wife and just keep it real with her. Like, if that's what you was about to do, if you was really about to get married, the only thing he can do at this point is sit down with her and keep it all the way 100. And then if she decides from that point and it's still worth it. She still loves this man, wants to be with him. We're gonna work through this. Hey, I've been married 8 years.
Hey, amen to that,
So-
man. Amen to that. Like,
So yeah,
you know what? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't think I could do it.
yeah.
I could do it.
Hey, and that's
I don't think
absolutely
I honestly probably would be on some. Man, I was telling the boy what he wanted to hear.
Yeah. You trust me. If the tide was turned,
I wouldn't have the balls to say it. I wouldn't have the balls to say it. Like, yeah. By the way, yeah. Like, man, no, no.
Because that can go to
the left,
to the shoes getting burnt in the bathtub and a thin line. Like that could turn into a Tyler Perry scene. Like,
or it could turn into a Kyrie and Kehlani. What's her name? Kehlani.
Yeah, Kehlani, man.
Kehlani. Nah, that situation.
And you know what? This is just a side note. I follow DJ Steph Floss a lot on Snapchat. He does a great job because he's the Cavaliers home DJ. Yeah. He take you to the court while they pre-gaming, and every game, Kyrie is always the one out there putting up shots. It might be him, it might be Smith, a couple of them, but Kyrie is really out there. And then Kyrie plays a one-on-one game with like a trainer or staff member or something.
Right.
Probably 5-10 minute one-on-one where they really be. Kyrie does everything but explode off the ground, so he doesn't like twist the ankle, but he'll give him moves, he'll give him body, like they just play around. But you get to see that with Kyrie, so he puts in work on the court, is what I'm trying to say. And for all this to be going on right now for him,
right now,
yeah.
For people that don't know, my hometown is Cleveland, Ohio. I'm from Cleveland. Now, I can honestly say I hate the Browns. I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I know.
We'll save that for about episode 10.
Perfect. Good looking out, homie. I can honestly say, like, I am not the biggest Cavs fan in the world. I root for the Cavs because I root for the Cavs.
Like how I root for the Reds, or maybe how I root for the Indians.
Okay.
If the Indians is playing, and I'm a huge Reds fan, so if the Indians are playing anybody, I'm checking to see that they win. Like it don't matter who they playing. It's like, damn, Indians lost and the Reds lost and whoever and just a normal Ohio fan.
Right. With that being said, man, this can't happen. You can't make this shit up. It's April. Playoffs starting like 2 weeks. You mean to tell me, like, Kyrie has had a long list of bad decision making. Now, I hit you with that text, and I left one out. Allegedly got beat up by Deion Waiters in the locker room.
Definitely heard about that.
Okay. Signed that big money contract. Shouts out to Nike. Shouts out to the Cavs. He got that Supermax deal.
Right, like 90 mil or something.
Got allegedly stripper, girlfriend, side piece, mistress, chick, pregnant, baby. You know what I'm saying? Got the rapper, singer, girlfriend. Now the rapper, singer, girlfriend goes back to rapper, singer, Canadian. To me, it's just like, dude, like what? Like it can't be that far.
Right.
It can't be that far gone or detached from reality that this is really happening. Like, who is guiding these cats, man? It ain't like he's coming from a situation where like he ain't got guidance. You know what I'm saying? His pops played in the Australia League basketball. So, you know what I'm saying? He's got guidance. Shoot, he got an older sister. So, I got an older sister, too. And the thing my older sister told me and my brother, like, you better watch these hoes.
Right.
You better watch these hoes.
Yeah.
Like, what you doing? You really know her like that? I heard something about her. I know her older sister. Her older sister a hoe, so little sister probably a hoe.
Right.
Like, come on, dude.
Right.
Like, or is it dudes getting that much money that they really feel invincible?
I think that's it. I think... Imagine, like, I look at where my life was at from 19 to 25, 26, 27. Like, I'm still suffering from some of those decisions, like trying to get my life back in order. Mm-hmm. So, like, I can't imagine being able to make those decisions that I made, but have millions of dollars. Like,
to literally be able to go buy anything you want.
You can make the smart decision of, like, I'm stashing 60 of this away. I'm investing $60 million of this. I'm keeping another $15 million for taxes and property taxes and just the bills that's gonna come. You still got $15 million
to play with,
to just wake up and be like, yo, let's do something. Like, but at the ages that, you know, I just described. So imagine having that freedom to be like, man, I can do whatever I want with whoever I want, whenever I want to.
That's a lot of responsibility, man.
For 19, man, I was, boy, you would thought I was competing to be on Pornhub, man. Like I was having the time of my life at them years, man. Like there's no way you throw in an endless amount of money that I can just, man, cut it out. The ability to wake up Friday or work, you know, if y'all don't know, I was in the military. I was in the military during those years. So Friday after duty's over, I can fly to anywhere I want to go in the world and still be back Monday for PT. And have a great time, like anytime I wanted to. Like, there's no way.
Yeah,
I mean, no way I'm making all the right decisions. So some of these, you know, dudes, I don't look at it as like, I do look at it as a dumb decision.
Right.
But if you look at my dumb decisions in the era that we grew up in, and these cats' dumb decisions in the era they're growing up in, I could see how this could be tough to manage, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, like in that era we was coming up in, you know what I'm saying, that was the introduction of cell phones, you know what I'm saying? Now,
it could stay just within the community.
Yeah.
You know, you could do something like, there could be something at my high school that happened that's horrible. Mm-hmm. And the whole community, even the outskirts of Dayton might know it.
Right.
But 2, 3, 4, 5 years time, people aren't going to recall that story as vividly.
Right.
So he could still be a young man in the area and still live a somewhat normal life.
Right.
You know?
Right. But nowadays,
you throw in, now that was our era of anything that could have happened that was bad.
Right.
You throw in their era something that could happen that's bad. Before you even get back to your car, it's liable to have been shared tends of thousands of times.
Button, dog.
Like,
one click of a button.
You could be walking around a building, leaving from a hotel. You could be waiting for your car to come from valet. And if something got shared on the internet before you got in your car, yeah, tens of thousands of people know what is like. It's crazy. So it's like,
that's crazy.
It's immediately it's news to our thirst of wanting to know what happens to famous people. Like, no matter if you look at it as the gossip, you look at it as, I really don't care, you still gonna read it.
Right. Because I'm looking at it from the Cavs point of view.
Yo.
I'm thinking like, yo, okay, we going into the playoffs. And I've been banging on the Cavs all year, like, hey man, they gotta get it together. Like, no, they number one in the East. They number one in the East. They number one in the East. They got LeBron. He gonna turn it on. I was like, look, man, you just don't turn it on, man.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that, man. Anybody ever play any sport, you don't turn it on.
Right.
Ask the Buckeyes about trying to turn it on when it really counted.
Exactly.
No, man, it's building steam and peaking at
that
the
only
right
worked
time.
once with Daquan and them when they was there with Greg Oden. That only worked once in the last
exactly
10 years, 12 years, however long that was. So.
Like, and then, you know what I'm saying? So you're going to go into the playoffs and this is hanging over your head. And then it just brings up memories of LeBron and allegedly Delonte West. It just seems like flashbacks of that all over again. Like I said, I'm
of
not
a
the
problem.
biggest, yeah,
they always seem to have
an off-court problem.
every year.
And when you think of like the Cleveland Cavaliers, you're not thinking like, oh man, the social media capital of the world, like TMZ type of stuff happening. But you think about that stuff in LA, Miami, New York.
Yeah.
But with LeBron, him being such a great player, it brings a circus to town.
Yeah. And
it brings that circus feeling, that circus atmosphere. And so you got that situation. Shoot, you got Shump engaged to old girl, Tiana Taylor.
Yeah,
you got
just
JR.
had a baby. Yeah.
You got JR, for goodness sake. So you know he's all the way turned.
Right.
So it's just like you just sitting there and you thinking like, man, are they good enough to overcome this? Like, are y'all really that
and
good?
You left out the part of anybody our age has partied in Cleveland before and had a great time.
Absolutely.
So
100%.
you know what can happen in Cleveland.
100%.
Again, you throw in the dollars of whatever you want to do tonight, we can do.
Right. And it's like
I could see the hazard.
the hazard lights are flashing.
Yo, this is
So
like,
do you think they can overcome all this? Like, I mean, we literally saw LeBron mentally break down when his last season with the Cavs.
Yeah.
When all that Delonte West stuff was going on. And I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of jokes about this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we don't know if it's 100% true or not. But with even like something
he
like
light-skinned,
that.
it's highly possible. Shout out to my light-skinned brethren. My light-skinned brethren. It's highly possible.
It's like, dude, like, who can blame somebody for mentally breaking down if somebody like, your coworker, because that's what he is.
Yeah.
Your coworker's plugging your mom.
That you travel the world, at least the states with, but you travel all over the United States with.
And then now we got the new superstar of the team who's going to take the torch when LeBron phases out.
And Kyrie, by the way, I think he a top 5 point guard in the league.
Oh, don't get me started.
And he don't get that. I was just watching ESPN, not to go too deep into it. I want to stay on what we're talking about, but they was trying to name top 5 point guards. And they were saying how John Wall was trying to be third or something in that nature. He was saying that he was third behind Curry and whoever. Westbrook, yeah. So, but Kyrie was never mentioned about this whole time.
Know why he ain't? Because he ain't.
And he in Cleveland.
We'll touch on this for a quick
What I was gonna say,
he got phantom defense. That's why.
Yeah, this is what I was gonna say, and this is gonna break it down just the right way. Every year something like this happens to Cleveland. Every year we all go through these emotions of even like, I support Cleveland. I'm a homer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I support the home teams. So I was riding for Cleveland when LeBron was gone. I was riding for LeBron. I'm a LeBron fan, but I was definitely rooting for Cleveland too. You know, like, but all this happens every year. It goes through all these emotions, and it always ends with the Cleveland curse, man.
That's a fact, though. They got a 30 for 30 coming on that.
Yeah, it's
soon,
been like
too.
50 years or something ridiculous, man, in all major sports. Like, there's something to that, man. Like, 50 years, you can't tell me. The way I look at that, man, I can put together on any sport, baseball, basketball, football. I know 50 people for football that I can make my own all-star team and guarantee you we will win a chip.
Absolutely.
There's people that I know. And I'm talking about just Dayton sport legends.
I tell you a quick story.
Man.
The last time I truly cried over a sporting event, it was 1997. I was in Hawthorne Hall at Wright State University, my freshman year. I was living in a quad, and dude turned off it's like, oh man, I got an early class. It's game 7 of the World Series, dog.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm like, yo, I gotta watch my boys. Now, like I said, I'm a huge Tribe fan. The only reason I am a Tribe fan is because of my grandmother. My grandmother took me and my brother to Indians games all the time at the old stadium. Like, that place was a dump, but she used to take us down there. She's like, y'all gonna like the Indians. Y'all gonna like one of these Cleveland teams, because we hated the Browns. She's like, y'all gonna like, but it was so terrible. But I rooted for them because my grandmother told me to. Right. So I was always an Indians fan. I'm in Hawthorne Hall watching. Tribe is winning. We winning. Bring in Jose Mesa. He ain't blew a save all season.
He like Rivera out here.
Bink.
Huh?
Right up the gap. Florida Marlins tied up. I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We still good. We going to extra innings. Oh, man, I was so crushed when the Cats lost, man. I remember them bringing in Charlie Nagy because Jose Mesa just choked it away. And I literally cried in that damn, I was crying over a baseball game, dude. I was literally in tears. Like, I couldn't believe it. Yeah. And I know how, like, all the Browns fans feel, you know what I'm saying? They bring out the drive and all that stuff, and you know what I'm saying, how bad the Browns is, or teams that suck or whatever. I know how that feels, especially when it's your team. Yeah. Like, it's heartbreaking, dog.
That's what I was going to say. It's like, like, if you listen to that story. Now, my story of being a Reds fan is similar. The only difference in that is I was fortunate enough I was like the diehard baseball fan as a kid. That was my first sport I fell in love with. Great at it, all-star every year. Shout out to Tribal Boys Baseball Club, TBBC. Anybody that played in that league can vouch for this, that I was one hell of a third baseman. I was Chris Sabo. I wore the goggles, wore the number. You couldn't tell me I wasn't Chris Sabo, a baseball player. That was just my guy. Then I had the opportunity at 9 years old to go to the 90 World Series game when they were playing the Oakland A's. My old babysitter, shout out to the Dunn family, my old babysitter, her father was college roommates with Dave Whitfield, who played for the A's.
Nice.
Got us tickets during the school day. My mom had the nerve to try to tell me I couldn't go because it was a school night. That was the first time I manned up in any time in my life. I had to literally face to face with my mom. I would never get this opportunity again in my life. I took it there at 9 years old. I would never get a chance to go to a World Series game again in my life. And because if it's a school night, I don't get to go, I'll never forgive you for this. I had to go there as a kid. Had to go there. She let me go to the game. Got to go to the World Series. But since 90, the Reds have done nothing.
Right.
So our story always ends with another Red season gone.
Oh, get ready for this one.
Some of these Cleveland stories you hear, they've been so close so many times. It's like our stories, we got, I'm a Bengals fan. We definitely got some heartbreak from the 49ers back in the day. We definitely know those pains. But it just feels like in Cleveland sports as a whole, there's just been moments of we right there.
You can't make this shit up,
Yeah.
man. You can't like I said, I'm not a Browns fan, never was a Browns fan, but you know what I'm saying? I'm being from the city and watching the people, watching my grandmother who's a big time sports fan. It's the only reason I would ever root for the Browns if they make it to the Super Bowl is to see my grandmother happy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And just to even mention the drive or the fumble around somebody that's a diehard fan, the look on their faces, man. And just think about this: the Browns left, they left. You know what I'm saying?
Got taken away.
Took them to Baltimore.
That was whew.
And to think they've been there been back 16 years or something like that, and they've only had 2 winning records since then. That's crazy, dog. That's crazy talk. But this dude, Kyrie.
2. Yikes.
Yeah. This dude, listen.
You can't make this stuff up, man.
You can't make this up, man. Look, man. It's plain as simple as this, man. LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, Channing Frye, all y'all
amazing. He's an amazing bench player for them. Double T, man, he is an amazing rebounder. They have the parts needed.
Do you think they can do it? Do you really think they can beat Golden State?
That's all you have to compare it to, because Golden State, if they're not there,
it's gonna be the Spurs.
Yeah, and they're just as tough. The Spurs to me is that YMCA team that anybody that's ever played organized basketball, which I have. That YMCA team of just grown men that can still give it to you, and they just know how to win games. That's the Spurs to me, man. The Spurs, of course, they got these great pickups. Leonard is a hell of a grab for them at the price that they got him for. That's the most. I can't think of no one else that's had that much impact on a team for that price.
For the low,
they got him for that's the equivalent.
Pick.
That's the equivalent of going to one of these tire shops here in the city and getting a tire for $30, then that thing lasts you for 10 years. That's not going to happen. He is a great pickup for them. But the Spurs, the Golden State, and the Cavs. It's can they beat them? I think they can. But when you add all this stuff into it, it just leaves room for that
doubt.
They're unorganized because it's too much. It leaves the Cavs fan the punishment of having to deal with anybody that hates on the Cavs. Mm-hmm. When they talking trash, you have to sit there and listen longer versus talking trash longer. That's all that is to me. Yeah. You have to sit there and listen to them talking to you because they right. But you just gonna, you gotta take that yappity yap from that person until you get your shot in. But it's he right. we suck, you know. Like,
Suck until you win.
you just been a fan your whole life. Like I look at somebody that's like 50 years old right now, you know, like they've never had a moment in their life. Like that's how you feel kind of about Syracuse. Sorry about your boys.
Yeah.
Slight jab, but not really. But I was going for y'all, man. But you just know I root for the underdog. But a Bengals fan, I always said if they got to the chip again, I don't care where it's at. I don't care how much it costs. I will at least be outside the stadium when that moment. Like I gotta be in the moment.
You know
like,
what? I told my brother this.
I had to be in that moment.
I told my brother this. I was like, you know what? Like this was when Ohio State lost to Michigan State this year in football. And we already had our Big Ten. I bought Big Ten championship game tickets in August. I called my brother. I was like, hey, Big Ten championship game tickets on sale right now. How many you need? It's like, shoot, I need one for me, one for my homeboy Marty. I'm like, cool. So copped him two, copped me and wifey one. Booked the hotel. Knew we was going. It's in Indianapolis. This ain't nothing but an hour and a half drive away.
Right.
Of course we in the building. We
and
gonna see the boys.
Get it before anybody else really thinking about it. Get the suite you want. Get the whatever.
Get everything we want. Like, man, we gonna make a weekend out of this. We gonna ball out of control. Da 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 da. And it's like, yeah, it's like, all right, you pay for them, and then you know what I'm saying? I get the whatever bowl game tickets. So season's going. They're playing. I don't know if they're playing well, but they're playing. And that whole turn it on stuff coming up. So they lose to Sparty. I call my brother. Exact words. Man, fuck these niggas. I was like, man, fuck these niggas. And I ain't going to no more games. I ain't going, man.
Right.
He's like, you ain't going? It's like, man, they can still, if they beat Michigan and Michigan State lose, they can still like, man, fuck that. And sold them shits right then and there. Sold them shits. And
I'm sure you made a profit.
I did make a profit. Shout out to that. But the moral of the story is I'm not going, like, my brother hit me up. Was like, yo, Cuse was down in H-Town. I got a lot of peoples down in H-Town. Shout out to Jimmy, Mike, James, all my peoples down there. Peanut, what up? Kofi, what up? All peoples is down there.
Right.
I'm like, yo, I got a place to stay. It's nothing. He's like, so what's up? You trying to go? I was like, hell no. I was like, man, the cost of them tickets, the flight, and that heartbreak.
Right.
That heart it ain't even the cost, because I can make the money back. It's the heartbreak. Just the you know the like the Michigan kid from when they Michigan State blocked the punt and returned.
Oh yeah.
The look on his face. I don't ever want to be that person
right.
that they catch on camera like,
right, because I'll be making that face.
I will make that face,
right,
and
but you don't
want to
be that guy. Yeah.
I'm gonna think about like, man, I spent all this damn money.
That flight back be the worst.
Right. Shoot, matter of fact, we went down to see Syracuse at Louisville, which ain't nothing but a 2.5 hour drive. They got blew out. I was salty. I took a day off work to see y'all niggas get blown out.
Right.
So I'm back on my watch it from the couch style, man. Like I can't handle it, man.
That's how I am. I go to a Bengals game at least once a year. Been that way for like the last 7 years, probably 6-7 years. Last year was the first year I didn't, but it was because I didn't really care about the regular season because we always get to that point. We always are in the. Like, I don't care if we was like what 7-0.
Mm-hmm.
Like it got
balling out of control, baby.
It got to a decent number in the beginning, and then I'm like, that doesn't matter. It's what we gonna do in December. What is Dalton gonna do? Of course, he got hurt, you know, but it's like, what's gonna happen then? Like the odds of us not being in the mix. I'm sorry, against the Ravens, the Browns, and the Steelers. It's always gonna be the Steelers. Or the Ravens, even the Browns. Somebody's gonna be having a good year, crumble a little, and then it's always that bunch where it doesn't really matter what your record is. You got to beat these. If you lose out, it's over. You playing your division the last 3-4 weeks most of the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So those games mean something to them people. So
it mean a lot, man. Sports mean a lot to a lot of people, man.
Yeah, man.
And what also means a lot to everybody, especially in Dayton, man. When that list came out.
Oh, we going there.
We got to go there, man.
Yeah.
We got to get people.
Can't make this stuff up.
Yeah, you can't make this up, man. So The List.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about The List. It was I'm not even sure who actually started The List.
I don't need it. I know it was somebody young that was rapping. I thought, I could be wrong. No hate. I know how y'all are right now in the city, man. Y'all got a lot of things going on, man. A lot of things in the city, man, going on. It's like, yo, I'm out of that. But I thought it was somebody younger that posted a list of what he felt was his favorite rappers in the Dayton, in the Dayton area.
And when I saw it, all I saw was Peter Prophet, and I saw DeMarco. I just kept seeing them. I kept seeing them replying a lot.
Yeah.
And normally on Facebook, I read stuff, but I'm really not into it. But I just kept seeing it, so I decided, like, man, what is this? What is this? So I click on it, and then it's like over. I want to say, like, at the time I was checking out, probably like 200, 270 comments.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
What in the hell are they talking about? So I find the post, and I was like, oh, okay. And I don't even remember, man, if you can pull it up.
Yes, I'm trying to go back to find it on here.
Because this was neither here nor there, but you know what I'm saying? I'm checking out the list, and you know what I'm saying? I see some people on there. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is, But you know what I'm saying? Just like opinions, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has one.
Right.
So my whole thing about the list was, like, one, I wasn't gonna get into it because,
exactly.
Hey,
man. You look at it on the same path I look at it. I'm a DJ. I haven't been in the clubs on the weekly like I was. I still am in there enough. People know who I am.
Right.
If I make a comment on something like that, it's gonna just go to a place that I had no intentions of even going to.
Right.
Like, I'm probably on the toilet. I'm probably looking at this when I'm chilling. I got a moment at work.
Right.
Like a moment. Like I can't just sit here and go in with y'all for the next 2 hours.
Because they will.
and still function at whatever I'm doing, whether it's a chill day or whether it's me working. Like, there's no way. So I ain't trying to have it go that route. So I just read them. Just that silent ghost read.
I like that.
Just know what's going on, but keep it moving. It's like reading the paper, except the paper, it's just a whole bunch of stuff that go on in the city.
Right.
And it entertains you. It's like anything else. It's just really to know to some extent of what is what, who is who, who out here can probably be two or three shots in a quick good time. Like,
right, absolutely.
for dudes that's living that life, like it's easy to map out the ones that you could probably take down. It's easy to find that combination. But,
right. So I look at it as like competition. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
As a, you know what I'm saying? You being a DJ, I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, there's a competition whenever you get on the wheels and everything like that.
Everybody wants to have their back scratched and wants to feel like they the man.
Right.
So, the only person that's going to start having you feel that way is yourself.
Right.
So you got to feel like, I might not be a scratch DJ, but put me in any one of these parties and I can out-rock anybody in this city.
Okay.
And I know 8 other DJs in this city that will say that very same statement.
Right.
And the good thing about it is we can have these moments. It's almost like a silent moment like this where I'm never going to disrespect you. I ain't going to never step on your toes. I'm going to give you respect. I'm going to give the Ron Hunter, the OGs, the Skanos, the B Scotts, the, whoever, all the old heads, give them their shout outs. Even the ones that came before you, the ones that paid the way, the OPZs, but still know that, the Al's and the Ties and everybody else in the city, we all feel like we can do this.
Right. So why you think it's a difference between DJs and rappers, though?
I think either Al or Ty said it best, man. We all married men. If you look at all the DJs in the city, either they married or they got kids, or both. So, and even the young ones that's not, like, I still look at like Homicide. He, from the city doing this thing all over, traveling Miami doing this thing. I look at somebody young like him, like, he still knows what's going on in the city. He still keep up. He still rocks in the city. It's like he might not necessarily be married,
right?
But he's a cool dude, and he don't. No one's out here like fuck all them.
Right.
You know, like not saying that the rappers are, but kind of because rapping, they feel like they got to show they the best. So it's like I'm better than all these weak ass niggas. Like if you was to watch any Dayton vlog video, at some point it's fuck them niggas. At some point it's them niggas whack. Them niggas can't see me in this. You know, it's like that starts off 45% of all raps. That line, you know, like weak ass niggas can't see me. Look, check. You know, and then like they start, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can find that in a lot of music. I know some form of that variation of that. So it's like the DJs are just more so like I think a lot of them are dope. Mm-hmm. You know, I think most of the ones that I've named, if I've even named them at all, I think they dope. Like there's something, that's how I kind of came into the game. I kind of came in as like how Steph Curry hitting the league right now. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how I came in with DJing. Like I was the dancing drunk guy in the club that was sweating his shirt out, having a good time, getting on chicks. That was my life for a very long time. And then I fell in love with this DJ craft, and I took the time to sit down, watch, pay attention, learn. Next thing you know, I'm rocking Cream on Saturday nights with OPZ. Mm-hmm. Next thing you know, I'm doing Michael's when that opens start to finish. You know, I'm in there when me, Ron, OPZ, you know, rotating through there, doing events, concerts, you know, all that whole Michael's vibe.
Right.
Then you go to the Creams and Evolutions and hit the old Frogs when it was Fat Cats. Ooh. And Mark's old club, you know, like I've been out here enough.
Right.
I've done enough when the city was having 500 people in the club at a time.
Man,
not just the lounge that can rock once a month. No shade, but that's just what we got to work with right now.
Right. Yeah, the boys
no
is
shade.
Not playing.
If I was that business owner, they eating at least once a month. They paying the bills.
Right.
You know, so it's like, hey, it is what it is right now. But I think the DJs, man, like that's been around the city long enough, there's really no need to hate because we've all seen at some point someone rock something to where it's like, okay, I can't lie, that was a dope.
Right.
I like how he blended this and this, whether it was a old school, whether it was something new, whether this like Swift don't even get a lot of shout outs like he do. I think Swift one of the coldest in the city.
Okay. Swift
can blend and do all that with scratch with the best of them, you know, and even like some of the like Spare Change. He's a white DJ. He's been DMC champs of the, you know, world champions, and like I YouTube history a lot. Like I've looked at it. If you post it on YouTube, I've probably seen it. We'll put it that way. Like I'm a YouTube junkie, so
right, me too.
I've watched that path, and DJs just don't have the energy to even expend it towards that. Like we all, end of the day, think we dope. All end of the day, competing for the same gigs. Everybody has their rotation where they hot. Mm-hmm. Everybody has their moment where they maybe not in the spotlight, but weddings paying double what the clubs is paying. I promise you that. Whew. So what you getting in the city, the weddings I'm getting double, and I can promise anybody's go get on what they're getting Friday through Friday. These weddings is definitely paying well. So proms, you know, I'm still finding avenues. I'm even doing a lot of younger kids stuff. I'm having fun with. I thought I wasn't gonna like it. I thought I was gonna feel like this is my farewell tour like Kobe, you know. I thought it was over for me for a moment there. And I'm like, but I look at it like I'm growing with these kids.
Right.
These kids I started with a group of kids. I was doing some functions for them. Next thing you know, I'm doing their proms.
Okay.
You know, so now I'm in the prom lane.
Nice.
You can eat well off prom. Now I'm doing another a middle school. My old high school travel middle school. I'm doing functions for them. They having little dances, little, you know, summer, spring flings, all those good times. When you had the good hip rotation dance moves going on.
Monticello Middle School, baby. Oh man,
we all remember those dances where the circle would crowd around a person and see what they was doing, whether it was a dope dance or a freak dance, and the circle would just get tighter and tighter until somebody hated it or the teacher came in and cut that off. So we've all been in them dances, man. So
after the list dropped.
Oh yeah,
after the millions and millions of views and likes and dislikes and people calling people cornballs. I seen them emojis popping too. Young homie.
Yeah. Don't forget all the videos. The people started posting all the videos.
Oh yeah, videos too. Yeah.
But yeah,
the young homie, Celis.
Yeah.
He dropped Revenge.
Yeah.
Now, the shit went viral. And
Definitely.
ain't no question about it.
Definitely. It went viral.
It went viral.
On the news story.
And this is how I know it was big. First person to show me, my wife.
Yeah.
She was like, "You see this?" I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "You know the list thing, right?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, somebody made a rebuttal." So I checked it out. And then she's like, and this side, and more I knew, was like, yeah, I mean, the word is he wrote it and shot the video all in one day. I was like, get the fuck out of here. So I listened to it. I was like, okay. I was like, he taking shots. I was like, I don't know who young dude is, but he got confidence.
Right.
He show his confident in himself.
Right.
Video is out there. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely getting plays.
Yeah, definitely getting plays. And I actually had him in for an interview on the High Local Talent Showcase, and I told him, I was like, "Yo, you had the station blowing up for a second there with people saying they heard your joint on the radio, had me in a little hot water with the higher ups." Cause it's like, "Oh, they're saying you guys are playing local song, blah blah blah." I was like, "Nah." So we checked the loggers, a system where you can check to make sure, like, because we're not here 24 hours a day.
Right.
At the station 24 hours a day. And he uses his Drake beat, Summer 16 beat. Mm-hmm. So that's what everybody in the city thought we was playing the joint, which, you know what I'm saying, he's like, oh, yeah, I knew that was going to be a hit song, so that's why I used the beat. Smart move. So what did you think when you first heard the song?
I honestly felt like watching what you said. Like, he was a young dude. I don't know him at all whatsoever. Never met the dude a day in my life. But I felt he was a young dude that really took an opportunity, had a plan in place. Like, I look at it how when I hear new music, I have to keep up with new music a lot. I'm a DJ. But a lot of this stuff I just can't really ride to Monday through Friday. I can't ride to this going to work or coming home. That's not what I want to hear. Mm-hmm. But I had to keep up with it to know what was hot, what's rocking. And then you have that batch of songs that you really don't really rock with or don't really like, but they grow on you because you see how people interact with them. You see how people respond to them. Next thing you know, you rocking to them like them. Like everybody has that moment with a song. So I think, but I'm saying that to say, I think we always wish that the young artists would at least just have some kind of, bring something, don't just throw out a song and make it sound like 40 other people that's rapping right now. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it'd be hot for 3 months and we never hear from you again. It's like, I think the newest music that I'm hearing when I'm doing these 16 and up parties or I'm doing these proms and they want to hear certain artists and it's like, this dude is not going to be around that long. Right. You know, it's like, there's a batch in there that might be, but a whole party's worth, them is gonna be one hit wonders for real. like in every sense of the word. But I think he took an opportunity to have a moment where things was buzzing. I think dude can rap. I think he definitely took shots on the revenge, but at the same time he's got 30,000 views on YouTube. I just looked
30,000 views.
I don't know too many people in the city that's, you might be. If you
just dropped the new mixtape.
Send it to djkillakev@gmail.com because I need it. If you rocking line, if it's hot, I want to hear it. So.
And I'm gonna tell you, like I told him, I told him I was like, I listened to the joint. I mean, I watched the visual on it, and I was like, first thing I told my wife, I was like, man, it might be one of them summers.
Yeah.
And it's just what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, it ain't no, what I'm saying? I ain't saying, I did told him, I was like, man, I'm not saying that you about to go out just shooting up people or nothing like that. But, you know what I'm saying? Was you more or less worried about some type of rebuttal or type of actions that people may take with you saying in there? Because, I mean, it was damn near, I mean, if you listen to it, the first listen, you think, oh, he's taking shots at all these people that he's mentioning.
Yeah.
But you have to listen to the song. He says there blatantly, like, if I didn't mention your name, you should be concerned.
Yeah.
So the people that he's actually shouting out, he's giving props to. But on first listen,
right? Oh yeah.
On first listen,
you still gonna like. That's what I'm saying.
Dudes on there
that's why
I know that's really into these streets.
That's why all I said is that he showed he can rap. Like, because it can go the way we're taking it.
Right.
And they're like you say, I know a couple names on there that, hey, I ain't about to just ruffle the feathers,
Right.
Like, hey, when I see you, it's what up, dap. You need a job, you need a shot. Hey, good to see you, homie. Stay up, stay on the right side of the grass, man.
Right, absolutely.
It's like,
but I mean, you know what I'm saying?
He
The young boy dropped the
definitely,
mixtape. It's called Who Is Sell as Hell. And
Yep.
like I said, like I listened to a part of it. I ain't listened to the whole thing yet, but you know what I'm saying? If you listen to the joint, you know what I'm saying? I want everybody to make sure they go check it out. You know what I'm saying? Listen to the song. Don't just listen to, you know what I'm saying, the revenge part or, you know what I'm saying, the names that he's shouting out. Listen to the words he's saying before he says the names. You know what I'm saying? Because he's actually giving props to a lot of people out there. He's basically saying who's on his list behind him because he says he's number one, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And as every rapper should.
Yeah. And then when you done checking that out, you can check out my home team.
Yeah.
My young homie Shy Smoke, man, he got a great mixtape out on livemixtapes.com. You could just search Shy Smoke, SHASMOAK. Title of the mixtape, man, is HTA, #HTA. Man, I'll let him tell you what that's about. But, man, shout out to TSMG. Shout out to Rock the World Forever. Shy Smoke, DJ Killa Kev, man. We definitely got some things coming for y'all, so stay tuned.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless. I was just leading into this other shout out that I have for this moment, man. I'm also, the mixtapes are going to be coming. Working on them now. Got a lot of things in store. Mixtapes are going to be shared along with these podcasts. We're just going to do this all as one big family, one cahoot. So looking forward to giving y'all some mixes this year.
Man, got a lot on deck, man. Like I said before, like it's gonna be a crazy summer, man. Like the podcast thing is really jumping for us. You know what I'm saying? This is what we focusing on and trying to give not only the city but everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just a taste. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, it's an avenue for, you know what I'm saying, you work a 9 to 5. I mean, I work at a radio station. People don't think it's a 9 to 5, but it truly is a 9 to 5.
But I think it's dope because you'll get the radio lane maybe, or the traffic of, someone tagging you to something. I'll get the DJ traffic, and by that we know what's going on around here. Like we can keep up with the city, and really have a voice to express some things in the city that, hey, need to be expressed. Before this is ending, I definitely want to shout out 2 people, man. RIP to Big Will.
Absolutely.
We lost a black business owner in the city of Dayton. So whether you shook his hand once, whether you knew him really well, I knew him not on a personal level, shook his hand once or twice, had a conversation with him, that was pretty much the extent of it.
Right.
But to a lot of people, he meant a lot, and as a business owner in the city, we lost someone that everybody's going to feel that loss.
Right. Definitely a person.
R.I.P. to Big Will, Delish Cafe, Jasmine and all his family. Prayers are up for y'all. Also, Antonio, we lost a young man. Antonio Strong was a big push around here, and he passed away. So we losing people young,
right?
And RIP to him, respect to his family. But it's really making me focus on, I gotta do something every day to better my life. That's
absolutely.
I'm done with trying to say I'm gonna lose this amount of pounds in this amount of weeks, or I'm gonna do this every day. I'm trying to make the healthiest decision when I eat. And every day I'm trying to do something active.
Hey,
if I can just do that every day.
We gonna ride these bikes this summer or what, dog?
Hey, give me about late July around the birthday. It might be a good birthday push run, ride through a good ride. I definitely got the bike. I rode a little bit last year. I ain't on them Kev Nash numbers though.
Man, I'm out here.
Kev Nash can ride from the radio station to the
Lance Armstrong
to Cognacs, and the wings still be hot.
I'm on my Lance Armstrong. Wifey claims she riding this summer. I think that's a lie.
Oh yeah,
she claims she's
gonna be out there.
She's not going out there.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know. Yeah, I got another kid coming, man. So
banana seat.
I'm gonna have me a newborn this summer.
That's right. Congrats.
Thank you, man. Another girl. I blame my Army days. To all the women I ever did wrong, I apologize. This is my punishment. I'm gonna have to raise 3 beautiful young ladies, but I won't be the first nor the last. So just gotta keep them off the pole, man. That's the goal, man. Keep them off the pole. Everything else I could deal with, man. Everything else is a part of life.
Hey, man, there it is. Episode 1,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Episode 1 in the books.
Hey, we can't make this up.
Can't make this shit up, man. Be back next week. This is a weekly joint, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Download it, share it, comment, do what the hell you want.
Follow the homie one, Kev Nash.
Yeah, please do. Please
Follow
do.
DJ_Killa_Kev.
Yeah, especially during the sports season, man. You want to see a grown man cry? Follow me on the gram.
Yeah.
Episode 1 in the books.
Yeah.